July 18th and 19th. Don't blink. This is the fastest racing on earth with the NTT IndyCar Series tearing up the track. Bring the family. Kids tickets start at just $6 with any adult ticket. Experience heart-pounding racing, live music, and so much more. Tickets are selling fast. Grab yours now at MusicCityGP.com. The Music City Grand Prix. Feel the speed. Hear the music.
Hey guys, Big Joe, headed to a game or concert at Bridgestone Arena? How about starting and ending your night at Bar Lines inside the Omni Nashville Hotel, just steps away? Savor award-winning Southern-inspired dishes, handcrafted Tennessee drinks, and the unbeatable energy of fellow fans. With 22 jumbo flat-screen HD TVs, you're never going to miss a moment of the action. Also, park at the Omni for ultimate convenience and experience a true taste of Nashville. Bar Lines, where every seat feels like the front row.
Your sports live here. WBUZ HD3 Laverne. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network. ESPN 94.9. The Fan.
Five years of the best sports talk in Nashville. It's the George Plaster Show with Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame quarterback Kelly Holcomb and young gun Lewis Maddox. And now, here's your host, George Plaster.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome in on a Monday where, for the moment, it's not raining. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. We have had more rain at this time of year than I can ever remember. But you know what? Because of it, the grass is a little greener than normal at this time of year. So you take small victories where you can get them. Here's a victory. Kelly Holcomb is back after a big vacation. Kelly, when did the family get sick of you?
George, I told you they don't get sick of me. They love them some Kelly.
Yeah, sure they do.
You know what I'm saying? So I see Lewis got him a haircut. That was nice. He could
He
have
did.
taken a little bit more off.
You serious?
Serious.
This is how we're going to do this? All right.
I mean, he comes back off vacation,
This is how we're
refreshed,
going to do this, Lewis. You got to know
renewed,
me by now.
and the first thing out of the box is a cheap shot.
Kelly's got a new light about him. That's what it is.
Why are you so up?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, man. I don't know.
Let's. Yeah,
but I don't want my family's picture in the back, George. I don't know
you know
what
what?
we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? Is that
okay.
better?
So give me a synopsis of vacation.
It was good. It was the first time, I told you, it was the first time that my family and my wife and myself had been together for a while. So it was cool. We got to do a lot of eating, do a lot of things together. We went fishing and caught some red snapper, and we did a hook and cook, which was good, and played a little golf and just hung out, man. It was fun. It was fun. And it wasn't raining down there. I think they're supposed to get monsoons this week down there, but I don't know for sure. But it didn't rain down there, and the weather was nice, and it was not overwhelmingly hot, which is good for this time of year. So everything was great. We all got to hang out together. We got to go down there on my birthday, and that was cool.
So at no point do you believe that they started to get sick of you?
Well, when we were playing pickleball one night, I'm sure they were getting sick of me because me and my daughter were playing, my son-in-law and my son, and I got sick of my son at one point. And yeah, because he is let's just say this: the apple don't fall far from the tree, and there's two people that get under my skin, and my wife and he are the ones that get under my skin. Anybody in the world can talk to me crazy, but my wife and my son, my wife's supposed to be my confidant. But when she starts talking all that trash, I don't like it, and then my son, he's just like me and he's relentless.
Oh Lord.
And then when he sees a weakness, he goes at it.
Okay.
So
I think we got it. Lewis, did you have a nice weekend?
I did.
Well, that's
very nice.
Wonderful. How was the red carpet?
It was great. Saw a lot of cool people, a lot of inductees, a lot of people that were just there in attendance to support. It was a fun time.
Who was the most fun to meet?
Oh, Fulmer, for sure. I had never met Fulmer before, and didn't even. I mean, I guess I could have expected that he'd be there, but it didn't cross my mind. So when I saw him, it's pretty cool.
Coach
Who
Fulmer.
had the best speech? Who had the best speech, Lewis?
I did not stay for the ceremony. I was there for the red carpet, and then got out of Dodge.
So you're kind
of phony
bit of a
too.
Snob.
You're
like me. Yeah, you're kind of phony too. I don't come on Fridays, and you didn't stay for the speaking engagements, huh?
Yeah, I got the work done, and the work was done.
Okay.
It's time to go play.
There you go.
Wow. Nice attitude. Do you have an update with any substance whatsoever?
It's okay. It's decent.
Shouldn't we strive for better than just decent?
Well, you've got to set the bar a little low, so then you overachieve, right?
We set the bar low. Just look at the three of us. It's a low bar.
That's true.
That is true.
Hey, we'll start it off this way. Diamondbacks swept the Dodgers over the weekend.
Yeah.
I just want to get, George, your thoughts on that, because obviously that was not expected by me. I assume it wasn't expected by a lot of people.
Okay, I'm going to give you a cynical theory. I think the Dodgers are a little bored. This division, Helen Keller could win this division. Okay? It doesn't take a lot. And they've known they're going to win it for weeks. And I look at them at times, and they just look bored. Kyle Tucker, totally bored. And so Arizona went in there and just beat the snot out of them. And what's it going to mean? Nothing.
Not much. No.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If the Dodgers three-peat, Kelly, there's going to be a strike.
Oh yeah, that's amazing though that you can be that good and get bored, George, in professional sports.
Well, it's a 162 game season.
I know, I understand that, but still, I just don't. You can be that good, and then of course, baseball's different, and we've talked about that. You can lose any night you're playing or any day you're playing. It's just tough. And if you're not hitting on all cylinders, man, plus if you get a pitcher that's hot, it's tough.
Yeah.
Home Run Derby is tonight, fellas, 7 p.m. in Philly. Who do y'all got?
Kyle Schwarber.
Okay.
That's exactly who I was going to say, Kyle Schwarber. He's leading off. That dude, I can't believe what he's done since he left. Was it the Cubs, George?
The Cubs, yeah.
Golly, man, that dude is a hit. And he's just a DH, correct?
Yeah. He doesn't need to be anything else.
Well, he doesn't need – you're right, he doesn't, because he can knock the snot out of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
He and Harper will get huge ovations tonight. By the way, am I seeing the Phillies in my rear view mirror?
You are.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
you are.
Yeah, I'm seeing them.
Are.
Front and center. What's crazy is Miami's right there with them. The Marlins very quietly have emerged to be a legit contender. Who amongst us thought that?
Probably not any of us.
Yeah.
There was a group led by the 49ers, limited partner, Vinod Khosla. They agreed to purchase the Seahawks for $9.6 billion over the weekend. And that's interesting because, obviously, that's a rivalry in the National Football League, the 49ers and the Seahawks. And I guess that guy and his group held some type of stake within the organization. But they have bought the Seahawks, and they've completely reset the market. The last team the last highest team that was sold, and it was the last team that was sold, it was the Commanders in 2023, and they sold for not just over, but $6.05 billion.
This is insane.
It's insane. They had a deal a couple of years ago, George. It's amazing how many all the professional football teams are on the top 50 sports teams in the world. It's amazing. You see what the Rooneys, started the Pittsburgh Steelers with and what they're worth now. The billion. It's just amazing what these NFL teams are worth. It's crazy.
I hope I'm right about this. When the Oilers moved here, the franchise value was supposedly around $1 million. I mean, $1 million. What am I saying? $1 billion.
Yeah.
$1 billion. I mean, what is it now with a new dome stadium coming and the Seahawks reportedly $9.6 billion? I will say this. I'll bet you that the 49ers, who don't like the Seahawks, basically said to that group, hey, don't let the door hit you in the butt. You're no longer 49ers. Out of here.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
For $9.6 billion?
Yeah, they become the enemy.
Tennessee Titans have an estimated franchise valuation of $6.3 billion, which places them around 20th in the NFL. I don't know if that takes into account the new stadium yet, though.
Where did you pull that up?
Google, just now.
Yeah, but I mean, who said that?
Forbes.
Yeah.
Forbes. Okay,
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
The Cowboys are for sure number one. Got to be.
We'll figure that out too.
Well, I'll guarantee you, Jerry Jones didn't pay $9.6 billion back in 1988. God, I remember the day he bought it.
Dallas Cowboys are the highest valued team in the NFL, approximately $13 billion.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's over double.
So if any of you out there get the opportunity to own an NFL team, do so.
Yeah.
Good
you got
investment.
that kind of pockets, do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's fight over the weekend in UFC 329. Seconds in, believed that he tore his ACL on his opening jump kick to Holloway. He broke his silence a couple days after, and there was some speculation that he had a prior injury to his knee. He said there wasn't, but he says he plans to fight again. There's one more fight in his contract with UFC right now, and he plans to do it.
Retire.
I agree.
How pissed off are all the people that bought that fight? Because I was thinking about buying it myself because I'm not really into the UFC stuff, but my son had talked about it for so long and so, and he loves Conor McGregor because he thinks he's, he markets himself. I don't know how good of a fighter he is. Yeah, I don't know how great of a fighter he is anymore because he's getting up there in age, but how many guys are pissed?
Oh, yeah.
Or people that took him in the fight. Just unreal. Yeah. And Kelly, we talked about it on Friday. His last UFC fight was in 2021. So it had been over 5 years since he had fought. So, and then he lasted the
69 seconds.
69 seconds. Yep.
How long could we last?
Oh, less than that.
10?
That would
one
10 seconds?
One shot.
I would love to see George get in there with one of them dudes and George have his shirt off. That would be awesome.
At that point, it's just a game of how fast can he run around the ring until he's caught.
Stop it, Kelly.
Hey, he would tear his ACL trying to get away.
and in this corner, we have a beached whale.
And Joe Rogan goes, "What is that?"
That's fantastic.
This is your last day.
You're good. Okay. It's taking you long enough.
His first day back from vacation, and it's the last. Okay. We mentioned last week about A.J. DeBonce's. He was the number 1 overall pick in his summer league debut, and he set a record with 27 points. That was tied with Blake Griffin from 2009. Well, there was another record broken in the summer league this past weekend. Drake Wilson broke the summer league just debut record, not a number 1 overall pick. He had 35 points, 5 boards, 3 blocks in 23 minutes.
Pretty good start.
It is.
Yeah.
Braves in the first round of the MLB draft, A.J. Garcia, an outfielder from Virginia, Carter Beck, an outfielder from Indiana State. George, what do you think about it?
Don't know the first thing. Now, let me say this. At 4:00, Kelly, as you know, a former plaster intern Alex Kranzler has been drafted. And so he sent me a text yesterday while all this is going on. And think about this for a minute, because I mean, this is his future, basically being decided. You're sitting there by TV trying to figure out what's going on. And he sends me at one point, "This is brutal."
Oh,
I mean, fair.
I've been there.
So we're going to talk to him about the process. What all does a prospect go through as they're trying to sort of sell their wares to teams? At one point, he thought the Yankees were drafting him, and I was not going to be happy with that because, as you know, I think the Yankees are communist.
Why you always hating, George?
Well, I'm happy that he's a Red Sox because I enjoy watching the Red Sox beat the Yankees when they do.
Hater.
No.
Okay, get this. LeBron's going to Ohio.
And?
Well, not really. Not the LeBron you're thinking about anyway. Justin LeBron from the University of Alabama, the baseball player, got drafted by the Reds.
No. So that
did you like what I did there? Did you like what I did there?
But I mean,
I did like that.
But it didn't fool me.
We knew something was up.
Yeah, it didn't fool me.
All right. Barry Bonds' nephew, Peyton Bonds, was taken 90th overall by the San Fran Giants. Does that make you guys feel old?
No, it makes me wonder after the way that guy behaved in San Francisco, why in the hell would they want anybody that is involved with Barry Bonds' family?
I mean, that's fair.
That's tough, George.
I know it is.
Victor Wembanyama signed a
kind of ugly.
It was.
Also kind of true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama signed a max rookie extension, 5 years, $252 million. He did not take the Supermax option, which would have paid him $303 million over the course of 5 years. And that money in between, I believe it's 25% of it goes back to the Spurs that they can use however they want.
I was so worried for him.
Me too, man. 250-something million, man. I didn't know if he's going to be able to make it.
We were planning a telethon.
So that takes into effect next season. He'll make, or not this next season, but the year after, 27-28. He is set to make $16.9 million this coming season. And then in 27-28, he will make 43.3.
Do we know if basketball contracts are like baseball contracts? Are they guaranteed, George? Baseball contracts are guaranteed. That's why they don't give signing bonuses. You know,
I honestly don't know. Maybe somebody will text us. Honestly, don't know.
We got some chat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't either. I've just thought about that, man. Like if, 250-something million, like Alex Rodriguez got all his money from the Texas Rangers and he was able to go somewhere else. So everything's guaranteed in baseball. But, that's why you see all these extraordinary signing bonuses in football, because nothing else is guaranteed. Now, when you get that money, that is guaranteed.
So are we about to have a Columbia moment?
Yeah. Wait, Lee Fowler or in the update?
No.
Yeah.
Did we not get?
Are we having Mule Day or something? Is that what it is?
No, not exactly. Me and George actually called a Mule Day parade together in 2021.
I'm sure you did.
That?
Wow,
that was
George,
exciting.
Excitement lived there that day.
Yeah, but
okay. So put Drake's message up there.
Drake Colley, who's a really good buddy of mine in Columbia, he reminded me, and I was going to hit this, but Columbia Central High School player Jack Beck, he was drafted at 391st overall to the Houston Astros. So congratulations to him.
Absolutely. Okay, is your update complete?
I have one more, and and this is insane.
Okay.
This is insane, and I had to end on this one. So it pertains to the Pirates, right?
The Battling Buccos.
Yes. On Friday, the Pirates record reached a perfectly balanced 47-47. Okay? This is where it gets weird. At home this season, they're 24-24.
Mm-hmm.
On the road, they're 23-23. And this is just all on Friday. They've played since then. Their all-time record on Friday, 10,957 and 10,957.
No way.
I swear.
So they're a 500 franchise.
Yeah. Is that not insane?
Don't care how you slice it. It's a 500 franchise.
Oh, and they split their last two games, so now they're 48-48.
I'm thrilled.
That's it.
After the break, Lee Fowler is going to join us, another Columbia, Tennessee native. There was some news over the weekend involving the NCAA basketball tournament. Lee Fowler will evaluate when we come back on the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
It's easy to say good things about the folks at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Number one, I trust them with something that's near and dear to me, the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night. But more importantly, I see the fun people have. They enjoy the bowling, they enjoy the camaraderie, and you will too. Come by any of their locations and get ready to have some fun.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between personal service and digital solutions. As your local independent bank, we're proud to offer the relationships and trusted service you expect, along with the tools and technology that keep you moving forward. So whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Because this isn't just where we work, it's where we live too. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for expert medical care in Nashville without leaving your home? Medical House Calls brings concierge-level health care directly to your door. Whether you need urgent attention, ongoing primary care, revitalizing IV therapy, or medically guided weight loss, our experienced providers are just a phone call away at 615-838-2375 or go online, medicalhousecalls.com.
We've helped thousands of people over the last 30 years break free from pain and get back to living life. We're committed to your outcomes, and our caring team listens, understands, and offers real solutions to neuropathy, back pain, and joint pain without unnecessary surgery or medication. Choose the clinic that listens. Choose the clinic that cares. Call the Dr. Gill Center today at 615-882-4838. Let's make your pain-free life a reality.
No one fights harder for Tennessee families and farms than Marsha Blackburn.
Marsha Blackburn, she's a fighter, a true fighter. For the people of Tennessee, she loves your state.
As Tennessee's next governor, Marsha will take on communist China and stop them from buying up 1 inch of our land.
How hard am I gonna crack down on China? Well, here's a clue.
Marsha Blackburn worked with President Trump to crack down on communist China. Now, Marsha is ready to protect Tennessee land from Chinese front companies, close China investment loopholes, and hunt down every communist who tries to defy us.
It doesn't take a fortune cookie to figure it out. Here in Tennessee, we're going to stop communist China and protect Tennessee land.
Marsha Blackburn, Trump true, Tennessee first. Paid for and authorized by Marsha for Governor, Treasurer Glenn Jacobs.
ESPN Radio lives here. Your sports live here on ESPN 94.9 The Fan.
Come Monday, it'll be all right. Come Monday.
1973 is when that song came out.
You're just a wealth of knowledge, aren't you?
Oh, I love this song. It's a great song to sing if nobody sees you in the car doing it.
Yes,
it's been quite a summer. Rent-a-cars and westbound trains. Yeah. Anyway, enough of all that. We got some basketball to get to with our man, former NCAA basketball tournament chairman Lee Fowler, who is vacationing down in Florida. And Kelly, these vacations are paid for a lot by old Memphis State kind of money. You know, he was my color analyst.
We know, and we know you were the announcer for the Memphis State Tigers long ago. We understand that, George. Build a bridge, get over it.
Lee, what's going on?
I'm George. I'm having a good day. It's a rainy day here. I've got grandkids crawling all over me, and I'm in good shape.
Well, that's wonderful. Are you aware that, of course, you can't see this, but Lewis Maddox, Columbia, Tennessee, is running the show. Lewis, say hello to Lee.
Hi, Lee. How are you?
Hey, Lewis, if he's from Columbia, he's a cut above. I can tell you that, George.
Is that's basically if they're from Columbia, they're for real.
Yeah, he's 4 or 5 years ahead academically, and really.
Worlds ahead a BGA grad, I would say.
No,
there's no question about that.
Not hardly. Okay, let's get to the business at hand. I think, and I'm curious what your opinion is going to be. The NCAA basketball tournament hit a home run years ago when they got Dayton, Ohio, the Dayton Arena, as the site of the first four. Now we've expanded the first four. I don't necessarily agree with that, but they are moving another chunk of the first four, or whatever you want to call it, to Wichita State's Koch Arena. There it is if you're watching by way of podcast. Lee, I've always thought that's a great basketball community.
George, it's one of the all-time greats, and really compared to Dayton, it's a college town. Even though Cincinnati is close to Dayton, it's still they love college sports in Dayton, and they do at Wichita. And there's not a lot of competition during that time of year for their sports dollar, which helps. And both those schools are their fan base is so dedicated to their program, and they've never gotten a bigger conference. They've never gone into the super conference and all that sort of stuff, but they still have supported their program as their team, and I think it's a great choice. The tournament now will be 6 games in Dayton and 6 in Wichita, and the teams in Wichita will be the teams that'll go to the Midwest and the Western regionals, and the ones in Dayton. So it'll be a little bit easier to transport them and get them to the next round with 1 day's notice to play the next game. And they're changing it from the first 4, of course, because they're 12 now. They're changing it to the opening round, and then it goes to the first and second round. So, and I want to know if my Columbia native knows what the mascot is for Wichita State.
Oh, man. I do not.
I just bragged about you academically, and now he's going to do this.
Come on, Lewis.
I'm sorry. Kelly, do you know what it is?
Go with a shocker.
It's a shocker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's a good question to ask.
Yeah,
what is a shocker?
Well, it started way back. They call it KU shock is what the actual mascot's called, but shocker means wheat shocker, and it came to be their mascot way back when in the early part of the university, when actual guys would go shuck wheat to pay for their tuition each year to come to school there. So now you've learned a whole lot more than you would ever learn on a Monday and on the George Plaster Show about academics of Wichita State University.
And thank you for that, because our listeners, I can feel the momentum already building based on that info.
Yeah.
Lee, who actually makes this decision and who goes and checks out various sites?
The committee does. The committee goes first and second rounds. They go to regionals and they go to Final Fours, and there's a system in all of it. They probably visited Wichita. This was a hasty situation, but I'm sure they had 2 or 3 sites that wanted it, and the committee, there's a subcommittee of site subcommittee, and they go out and look at the places, and they have to meet the qualifications, and you can imagine what the Final Four qualifications are down to the opening round, and the opening round is probably a commitment of tickets, a commitment of support where your people will be there no matter what, and it's there's no question they show an attendance level every year, winning or losing like Dayton did, and their fan base is committed to supporting those games.
Lee, I don't agree with the expansion, but I'll also say that I'm not convinced anything will hurt the tournament. I sat there last night watching what I believe is the all-time best 30 for 30, and there have been a ton of great ones, but Survive and Advance, which is the whole Jim Valvano, NC State in 83, it gave me goosebumps, and I was like, this is why I love this tournament, and I don't think anything can screw it up. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with you, George, and it's funny about that I always said that the conference tournaments gave you a chance to play in the NCAA tournament, because all those winners, if the league decided to put them in the tournament, whoever won their conference tournament, they're in the tournament. And that was one of the cases that Jimmy V and them had not very good season, had a couple of injuries to a couple of key players, and then got them all back and came roaring in and won the ACC tournaments. Really the only reason they were in the tournament at all, but they had access that way. So I don't agree with adding 12, but you can follow the money, George. And I know Kelly knows this, that 2 or 3 more conferences are going to get 1 more unit. And as we've talked before, a unit is about $450,000 times 6 years. So that's $2.4 million that a conference is going to get. 2 more conferences are going to get at least because of these additions, because some of the additions will be for conferences that never have had but one, because they get in and don't ever win a game. This gives them a chance to play somebody just like them and have a chance to win the game and get a second unit. So, they were, I wouldn't call it a bribe, but that's why they would have voted on it to make this thing happen, because it also helps them financially.
So, Kelly, I'm interested in where you're going with Lee, because you always come at it in a different way, and I love some of the questions you put out there.
I don't know if I got anything else, but I want to know, Lee, you just said that you would not have elected to expand this, but do you see later on down the road that it expands even more than the 76 teams?
Well, I think it could, but you've got to look at what they did. They added teams, but didn't add any more time to the tournament. And as George and I have talked for years, the Augusta National with CBS and CBS owning the rights to basketball, it's hard to expand unless you go back into the conferences and make them shorter or make them finish earlier, where you can get started earlier. So this was a thing they could do. The coaches wanted it because it gives them access to the tournament and a chance to make bonuses and save their jobs. And so that's the reason they were pushing for this. But to do the next level would really be a change in the tournament. And I'm not 100% sure the people that are involved right now, or any of us folks that have been involved over the years, think that's a good idea. So it would take a little bit more to do that. So I would think it'd be a little bit harder to do to make an additional teams in the tournament, because then you change the really format of the tournament.
So George and I, and we've all talked about this because everybody loves this. Everybody loves the first couple of rounds where these smaller schools create a huge upset. But then when it comes down to the nitty-gritty time, They want these big schools. They want the schools that got all these athletes, all that. What happens? And I've asked you this before. It's kind of a reload here, but like, what happens to these smaller schools later down the road? I mean, is this like a deal? Because nobody actually knows what's going to happen. We talk about college football all the time, and everybody thinks it's going to the super conference, which it's may, but nobody truly knows that. But do you think at some point the NCAA, leaves the little guy out?
Well, I mean, I think they could if they're forced heavily to the money, but I don't think they will because I think that the tournament's special because of the teams that play in the tournament, and that's all the way from the first four now the first 12 that play, and those games will be competitive because they'll be playing like teams. It gives a couple more nights of basketball with different sites, and so I'm not sure it'll affect the tournament much, but I think you start going and adding more teams, and I'm not sure the ability to have success in it is there. And so I really think this is the most they can do it. And I think the money drives a lot of things. And we don't really know, like you said, 10 years from now, what cable TV is going to be like. Can CBS afford to pay what they're paying now? Can people pay players like they're paying them now? I don't think they can. I think they're trying to adjust that, and it's going to take 5 to 10 years to get that done, hopefully to really resolve the issue of the money that's being paid, because I just don't think it's sustainable, and I think it'll affect all sports in college. It's already affecting some of the Olympic sports.
So we hadn't had you on here, but I want to know. I want to get your thoughts. I don't know if you've kept up with this. You keep up with a lot of things, but I don't know if you kept up with this. But the Save College Sports Act. Do you like it? Do you think it'll pass? Do you think we'll get some semblance of that in the future?
I think there's no question that in the future we're going to get it. It'll be tried in the courts. That's the tough part. But I think, we're going to get something to start the process. I'm not sure it's going to be strong enough to stop the NIL big money payments, but at least it's going to, limit. It's going to put parameters around it we don't have now, and I think that's going to help. But at some point, they'll have to do more to really keep it. Now, some people aren't bothered with it. Some people, the younger people who haven't seen the loyalty and fans that go see the players because they know who they are and all that sort of stuff. But if they can stop the transferring to one and players playing at schools a little longer than they're playing, I don't think anybody's against them getting paid. But the level they're getting paid now is because of the transfer and them being able to just kind of play 1 year, have a great year, and get more money, and the next year get more money somewhere else. So there's seems to be no loyalty, and there's really no continuity built in the program. So I think fans will lose interest in the players that are playing for them because every year it's a new group of players.
Lee, everybody talks about this being sustainable with all the money that's coming in, but right now it is, and right now these kids are getting paid. But the sustainability part, like, do you think this is going to have an effect in a couple of years with, because you were an AD and you had to deal with this stuff, but now ADs have taken on a new role, head coaches have taken on a new role. But can you keep going back to the same people as an AD trying to get money for this collective, this NIL stuff?
I don't think so. I think that everybody I talk to in college athletics, and those are people at a lot of different universities, say that it's just really getting to the point where they can't get the money that they're needed to get the player that they think they need to win a national championship or at least play high into the tournament. And as we've talked before on this show, it gets to the point where academics is affected because you start taking money from the university to help athletics, and that's when things are really going to get into the public eye and see what's happening, and that's not going to be appreciated by a lot of people who aren't sports fans in the first part. I mean, it's okay that sports are making a lot of money and they're spending money on athletes as long as they're making it and they're raising it. But it's not okay when you go into the major parts of the university and start taking money away from academics. And so that's where we are right now. That's what's happening on college campuses when schools are losing $20, $30 million a year on a college athletic department. Either sports are going to start being dropped or the other athletes, and then academics is going to start getting programs taken away. And that's what's going to make it, I think, come to a head and be resolved in some way or other. Now, it won't ever go back to where it was because the horse is out of the barn, but I think it will get some structure to it that will control it where we can still have college athletics as we've known it for years.
Lee, let me butt in for a second, and I know I need to get it to Lewis here in a second, but is it common knowledge among college administrators that the big schools are 20 million, in debt?
Is it common knowledge on the campuses?
Well, is it common like whatever conference you want to bring up? You just said something to the effect of when a school's 20 million in debt as they try to fund all this. Is this common knowledge among college sports people that this is really where it is?
Well, I think it is. I think that's okay as long as they're not giving a whole lot more themselves and the money's coming from someplace else. But where the money's coming from, it's not okay. So, yeah, we're just getting to the point where more schools are losing money than they're making money, even though everybody thinks they have so much money. They're spending more, so there's no controls either on the administrative level to the ADs and the coaches because the trustees and the boards want them to be successful, so they don't want to get after them about where they're getting the money. They just want them to be successful, and it's all going to come to a head, and it's there. We're really there now, and it's smoldering, as I would say, in the country, and it's the fire is coming, and it's coming quickly. And I think that's why you see the administrators in Washington, D.C. trying to get things under control because they know it can't last because they know that's not going to work on college campuses.
I want to take this in a different direction a little bit. Obviously, Selection Sunday is a huge part of this tournament, and it's highly publicized. Publicized. Excuse me.
Publicized.
But you know more about this.
Columbia Education League.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Anyways, but you know more about that than everybody. I mean, kind of take us through some behind the scenes stuff and how that process goes down behind closed doors.
Well, I mean, it's a wonderful process. It happens for about 4 or 5 nights in Indianapolis, and it's one of the most fun things I'd ever done. And I realized that the guys that were in charge of it were really trying to get it right. And of course, that's not ever what comes out in the papers that, there 4 or 5 teams should have been in and why did they do that to them and all that sort of stuff. But it's a solid process that takes into consideration every team that has anywhere close to a chance of being in the tournament. And I'd say year in and year out, they get it pretty much right on spot. But, there's always 4 or 5 teams. Hopefully there'll be less of that, but there probably won't be because, there's still those teams that thought they should have been 68, one of the 68. Now there'll be teams that think they're one of the 76. So, there's always teams on the bubble, and that's also another thing that makes it interesting for fans that are supporting their teams all year long and think they should be there. And it keeps people involved, and I think that's the important part of the tournament. When it starts, everybody's kind of had skin in the game, and now we know who's in, and now let's go from there. It's a new ball game. So yeah, the tournament has a lot of things that make it special, and what they've just done, I don't think will hurt any of that. But as I said, going further may. But the hardest things really are who gets in, not where they go and who they play and that sort of thing. It's making sure the right teams get in the tournament. As I've told George before, C.M. Newton, who's a great AD and coach, he used to say, they can play their way out of a bad seed, but they can't play their way in the tournament if we don't get the right teams in. So we really spent a lot of time making sure what we felt like were the best basketball teams getting in the tournament.
And then back to the NIL stuff a little bit. It seems like to me that college basketball has really been the least affected of the big three when it comes to money coming into players. I mean, we've still got upsets, and what you guys were talking about too, that's still a thing, and the madness is still the madness. I mean, what would your reasoning be as to why that is?
Well, I think it's always been a different sport, and Kelly can tell you this. I mean, you can get one or two guys and have some good role players on the rest of the team, and you can go deep into the tournament. In football, you've got to have a whole lot more than one or two guys. You've got to have first of all, a coach that can get them on the bus at the same time and get them to place. It's like I always think of the military terms in football. You've got to have a lot of things in place to be successful in football. It always amazes me the number of people they touch every Saturday to get them on the field and get them organized and to win football games. And of course, Kelly played for one of the great ones, Boots Donnelly, who could do that. But the NIL, I don't think looks like it affects basketball as much because of that, the number of players that are really impact players that you need to be successful.
So, Lee, after you get out of here, I'm going to speculate on how they do the start times of these two sites, because am I right? Both sites will play 3 games each night, correct?
Yes. Well, yeah, there will be on Tuesday. There'll be 3 games, and Wednesday there'll be 3 games
at each site.
So at each site, yes.
Okay. Listen, first of all, thank you for doing this. I do think they got this right. Wichita is a perfect basketball community for this, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come on with us.
George, I appreciate it. I would have come on the podcast, but I've got my Speedo on, and I just don't think that's good for your show.
Oh,
no,
yeah, we do not want to see that.
Now that we got that squared away, Lee, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So after the break, I'm going to speculate on exactly how they would schedule this, because it's apparent to me you better get ready for late afternoon basketball on the Tuesday and the Wednesday. This is the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
Telling him for a month, I'm going to call Coach Donnelly.
Baseball is just like music. You don't believe me? Let me show you. It's jazz, improvised and unpredictable. It's rock. The crowd explodes like a guitar through a wall of amps. It's rap, fast, sharp, all rhythm and timing. It's country, nothing but 3 outs and the truth. Do you believe me now? Look, no matter what music you're into, the hardest track in town, Nashville Sounds Baseball. Welcome to Hit City.
Sports and Social at Green Hills Mall is the new home for our Football Night in Nashville promotion. Their food is terrific. Their TV setup looks like a racing sports book in Vegas. And if you're a sports fan, you can't beat it. Starting September the 4th, we'll broadcast from Sports and Social every Thursday night. There's Pop-A-Shot, great football, and the chance to win a beautiful Mikey's Motors golf cart. See you at Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall.
Clarksville, get ready. Because when the doors open at F&M Bank Arena, the noise rises.
And the Nashville Cats.
The walls shake. And the Cats take control. Fast plays. Big hits. Non-stop arena football. Get in the den. Get your season tickets now.
You've heard me talk about the putting zone. Well, guess what? It's now open, and it offers a revolutionary indoor golf experience featuring state-of-the-art putting surfaces designed to replicate real-world course conditions. It allows players of all skill levels to practice, compete in tournaments, and connect year-round. Go by and see them at 3040 Sidco Drive and tell them Plaz sent you.
Garrett's a Tennessean, a Christian conservative, and a proud father of three who's sick of the far left ruining our country with their radical policies. Conservative Johnny Garrett is proudly pro-life, pro-Trump to his core, and will always put America first. In Congress, Garrett will fight to lower taxes, cut government waste, and will always back the blue and support law and order. Garrett's fought for us in Nashville, and that's what he'll do in Congress. No to biological boys playing girl sports. No to communist China buying our farmland. And no to criminal illegals invading our state. Because with Johnny Garrett, what you see is what you get. It's time to bring more Tennessee to D.C. Send Trump conservative Johnny Garrett to Congress.
I'm Johnny Garrett, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Johnny Garrett for Congress.
It's the George Plaster Show.
Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
By the way, the 30 for 30 last night, I've seen it probably 10 times. Survive in advance. It gives me goosebumps because, first of all, NC State, what they had to do to win it all that year is incredible. And then, of course, they go into a lot of interview stuff as Valvano is about to pass away, footage from the great speech, footage from Mike Krzyzewski. It's incredible, really is. If you ever run across Survive in Advance and you're a basketball fan, watch it. There's nothing better. So, Kelly, this is the kind of useless info that I thrive in, that nobody else would care about. But you have Dayton, which is farther east, obviously, than Wichita. The only way I see that they could do this is that the first game in Dayton would be at 3:30 in the afternoon Nashville time. Okay, under the game's last 2 hours, even though we know they've been going longer and longer, game 2 would be 6 o'clock. Game 3 would be at 8:30. That's Dayton. Wichita would likely be something more like 4 o'clock Central, 6:30 Central, 9 o'clock Central. So what they've pretty much got is about 8 hours for us basketball junkies to just overdose.
There was a lot of thought, obviously, that goes into that, and you would never think Wichita, but when you think about what Wichita has and the people that love basketball there, George, I think that's the perfect spot. Like, Dayton is a good spot, too. They support all that stuff, and you've got to look at, now, I don't think anybody would think about that. They would think about, like, a huge school, and a lot of times huge schools don't get into that, but, like, Wichita, they love basketball, and I think they would support whoever comes there, and I think that's a great place. So kudos. We always talk bad about the NCAA, but
they got
kudos
this one
to
right.
them. They got it right, man. That's a pretty when you started talking about that, I said, I started thinking, I'm like, that is one of the better places to have this other deal other than Dayton is Wichita, and they did it, man. That kudos to them.
No, yeah, because I think it's going to look probably exactly like this picture that we've got put up on the day of that, and that'll be on a
Tuesday and a Wednesday.
Yeah, so yeah, it's great.
The two other places that crossed my mind to be potential hosts were Fog Allen Fieldhouse, University of Kansas, just because that's sort of the cradle of basketball. And then here's one that really hit me last night again. The Pit in Albuquerque.
I knew you was going to say that.
Yeah. I mean, it was the Final Four host in 83. New Mexico's in that Mountain West, right, and they're drawing 18,000 a night. Those people love their hoops, but you know what? They got this about as right as you can get it. And you're right, Kelly. We do rip on them, but kudos here because they've done something good.
Yep, absolutely, man. I think, and you sit around and you talk about it, George. You don't think they can screw this tournament up, and I don't think they can either. But you never know, man. And I'm afraid they're going to get it watered down so much. That's why I asked Lee the question, man. Like, because he was on that board. He was heading that board before, and he had to make decisions, and they all made the decisions. But like, he didn't want it to go to any more teams, and now they've got it to 76 teams. I can see it in years. If this is a success, maybe going to Albuquerque, maybe going to where you're talking about and adding more teams. I don't know. You just don't want it to get watered down, but the popularity of it right now, I mean, it's the greatest thing. It was amazing to me when Lewis brought up the viewership. I would think it would have been more than what was on that viewership deal. We were talking about the soccer and all that, but
it was 18 million.
But yeah, but it's so popular in our country, man, and I can see it. I can see him getting more teams in 4 or 5 years.
Stop there. Former Plaster intern and Vanderbilt pitcher Alex Kranzler, who now is a Boston Red Sox, will join us to start the 4 o'clock hour on the George Plaster Show.
The director is back. Hello again, everybody. It's the George Plaster Show. Hope you'll join me, Kelly Holcomb, and Billy Derrick Monday through Friday on 94.9 The Fan from 3 to 5 p.m. Talk sports with the Plaz, the George Plaster Show. Weekday afternoons at 3 on 94.9 The Fan and the Game Nashville Sports Network.
Hey guys, Big Joe here for our good friends over at Busy Bee. Listen, I am a Beehive member. I want you to be one as well because it's fantastic. And listen, get one free yearly Beehive membership to someone in your neighborhood. Now, the free membership must go to a family in your neighborhood. Beehive membership, buy one, get one offer is valid for the same or lesser value. Must present the offer at the time of service. So become a member of the Beehive Club. Go to busybeehvac.com. That's busybeehvac.com.
Call 775-7833. At DePaul University, your dreams don't wait for opportunity. We meet 100% of each student's demonstrated financial need. Nothing should stand between you and your potential. Visit depauw.edu.
You enjoy the thrill of gambling, but what happens when it becomes a problem? Whether you want to cut back or quit gambling altogether, the Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling for over 2 decades. We're here to help, not to judge. The Gambling Clinic is a Tennessee-based clinic offering in-person and telehealth support to help people win back their life. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
This is a Game Nashville Sports Network weather update.
Here is your latest Middle Tennessee weather. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 p.m., with mostly cloudy skies and a low around 70. Tuesday brings a 40% chance of storms in the afternoon, partly sunny, high near 88. Patchy fog possible Tuesday night. Wednesday, mostly sunny with highs near 91 and a slight chance of afternoon storms. From the Game Nashville Sports Network, I'm Selma Bouvier.
Your sports live here on the Game Nashville Sports Network. Looking for your favorite sports?
How about sports? You follow sports?
We probably have it. Just log on to the Information Superhighway. Oh, they don't call it that anymore?
To start, press any key. Where's the any key?
Head to theGameNashville.com.
The password. We're in.
You'll find what time your game starts and what station it's on.
Oh, they have the internet on computers now.
That's what's up. Your sports live here.
What an age we live in.
On the Game Nashville Sports Network.
The Electronic Express outlet store in Madison is now open. Save up to 80% on brand name HD TVs and appliances, mattresses, furniture, and more. Like this Roku 50-inch smart 4K TV for just $169, or a Frigidaire 26.8 cubic foot fridge only $9.99. Plus, find huge savings on laundry, furniture, mattresses, and more with flexible financing and no credit check. But hurry, quantities are limited and it's first come, first served. Shop the Electronic Express outlet store in Madison today.
I'm Emmitt Smith. Be ready to rescue someone in an opioid emergency. Lay them on their back, use Narcan nasal spray as directed, and dial 911. Stay and continue to administer additional doses as needed. Visit readytorescue.com.
Welcome to Huntington Bank. We're new here, but we've been around since 1866.
Wow, that's a long time.
Long enough to know that insightful bankers, great products, and customer service make a big difference. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Discover the all-new Enhanced Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Savor Southern comfort with a refreshed feel, an enhanced menu, and of course, the legendary biscuit bar you love. From farm-fresh ingredients to reimagined classics, each dish celebrates Nashville's rich culinary heritage. Whether it's a leisurely breakfast or a hearty lunch, every plate feels like home. Stop by any day to experience a meal that's truly music to your taste buds. Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Your sports live here. WBUZ HD3 Laverne. All around the world on the Game Nashville app. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network. ESPN 94.9. The Fan.
Hour number 2 of the George Plaster Show, as always, starting off with the Apple Collision Center's stat of the day. George, you ready for it?
Oh, good Lord. This is a layup.
What MLB player was nicknamed the Crime Dog?
So, Kelly, here is the story on Fred McGriff.
Yeah, exactly.
In 1995, I'm doing a game at South Carolina, Vandy, South Carolina in football. And I believe I'm right that we bribed the Columbia police in South Carolina to allow us behind the Vandy football motorcade to get out of town quick so my crew could see game 1 of the World Series between the Indians and the Braves. Right as we arrive, and understand Old Atlanta Stadium, that was not Belle Meade. Okay, that was a bad, rough area. I can hear this noise, and it turned out to be Fred McGriff's homer. So put him up there. He is the crime dog.
He is the crime dog.
Yeah, you darn tootin' he is.
Was a layup.
I wonder if Alex Kranzler knew that. This is going to be a unique story because I have had interns that have gone on to really cool things. Andy Bass is the director of sports psychology for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't think I've ever had a Plaster intern drafted until yesterday. Hello, Alex.
How's it going, George?
How's it feel to be a Red Sox?
Interesting to say the least. Being from New Jersey, my buddies are all upset, but it's been a cool experience either way.
Tell them to deal with it. So, we've seen these scenarios before. Quarterback sits in the green room. His name doesn't get called when he wants, and the whole nation sees it. Now, luckily, you're sitting there at home. How tough is sitting there waiting on the call that shapes the next step in your career?
Yeah, I mean, definitely an experience that is different than pretty much anything I've ever done. I mean, kind of really had no idea what was really going to happen. You'd get kind of bits and pieces of info, but nothing really of certain until it happens. So a lot of waiting around, a lot of seeing what's going to happen.
So is all the info from your agent?
Yeah. So yeah, my agent called me periodically, and that was pretty much all I had the whole time. I mean, you'd occasionally get a text from like an area scout of a team, but pretty much all the important information came from the agent.
Okay, Lewis, in the movie Draft Day,
Great
what
movie.
was the name of the quarterback? It's Bo something.
It's been
Bo
10 years since I watched that movie.
Because Bo turns out to be kind of a problem. Bo Callahan.
Yeah.
Nice job, Kelly. Well done.
No, it was I was in the studio. They got it.
Oh yeah, Brandon got it.
Oh,
yeah.
Kelly cheated. Alex, did you know that?
I did.
Yeah. Well, you should have spoken up.
Yeah.
So, kind of take people through the last month of your life and what all goes on, what's fun about it, what isn't fun about it.
I mean, the fun part is definitely the fact that you're looking at a legitimate opportunity to live out your dream. And, that's kind of the main thing that I've kind of kept in my mind, trying to keep me sane throughout this whole process. But just, I guess the hard part but also the good part is it's kind of a win-win either way, kind of no matter what happens, whether you return to school, whether you go in the draft, etc. So just kind of a constant just debating with yourself, with your family, what the best move is there for your career. It was tough. And just, I was back and forth plenty of times throughout the whole thing. And just, there's no real doubts because, you believe you're going to do what you want to do no matter what you choose. But it's just, trying to come up with what's the best path and kind of move from there.
Baseball's got a ton of stories of, you hear in football, well, he's a first-round draft pick. Well, John Smoltz, Hall of Fame, 21st round draft pick. Keith Hernandez of the Mets, who I absolutely I love as a color analyst for the Mets, but the Cardinals selected him in like the 42nd round. Max Scherzer, who's going to go in the Hall of Fame, initially was drafted in the 43rd round out of high school. So do you pay attention to that and say to yourself, it doesn't really matter where you get drafted?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know some of the stories, I think it's kind of cool, the guy that can do something like that. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Everybody starts in the same place, and it's just if you get results, you're going to move up, and that's really the main focus. So just keeping the main thing, and just going out there, having fun, competing, and just getting better is just all there really is to focus on.
So they move quick. Like you already know you're going down to Florida tomorrow to their instructional camp?
Correct. Yeah, I go down to their spring training complex in Fort Myers tomorrow and then go through all the initial things, whether it be physicals, I guess all the tours, that type of thing, and then just get started.
So, Kelly, take a look. Alex looks very serious right now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, he looks jacked too. He's been he's been working out and rolling in this draft league, man.
That's not all he's done though, Kelly. One day he called the show back last summer, and it wasn't him calling.
Is that right?
That was so funny.
Would you like to hear some of that voice?
I would.
I don't know if I can do that right now.
Oh, I think you can.
You might have to go back and get the tape.
No, let's hear a tad bit of it.
It's hard on the spot.
What a wuss bag. Really? I thought you would jump to do that.
I'm gonna start laughing. That's the problem.
That's okay. Give us a few seconds of it.
Kelly, do you remember Rod from El Paso?
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, that's funny.
He called one day, and I lost
is hilarious.
It. What all did Mr. El Paso ask us?
I don't even remember, George.
It was about the Yankees, wasn't it? It was about the Yankees.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think I remember listening to that vaguely.
Give us a little bit about the Yankees.
I know Ben Rice has been killing
No,
balls.
that's
I'm not. No more Raj. I don't want to get in trouble.
The Red Sox will punch you. Okay, Kelly, what do you got for Alex?
What did you think about the draft league that you played in? Because you obviously had some good showings. You had like a 2.36 ERA or something like that. How did that help you in this process?
I mean, first off, it was arguably the most fun I've had on a baseball field. I mean, it's right up there with playing school ball. The guys were great. The coaches were great. Everybody, it was a really fun atmosphere. Kind of got used to the pro ball routine in the sense of a lot of night games. Mondays were pretty much your only day off, and just going out there and baseball was all you really had to worry about, as well as, like I said the last time I was on the show, just getting used to starting again, just in case that's the path the Red Sox want me to take in professional baseball was big. Just getting to learn from that, throwing the wood bats, and just going out there and pitching every week, just consistently on a schedule, getting as much innings as possible, and just continuing to get better.
So I want to know this because people don't really understand this when it comes to pro sports. But I had an agent, and it's a long story. George knows Doc Crease. He was a strength coach at Vanderbilt. He was a strength coach at Middle when I was there, but he got me hooked up with the guy out in California. How did that process of you finding an agent kind of happen? Because I don't think people really understand stuff like that. It's good to have to have people represent you. I know Diego Pavia did not this past year or this past draft, but like, how did that process happen with an agent?
Yeah, so I mean, as you get older and as you get better, I guess agents reach out as like advisors, at least for baseball. And lucky enough, one of my old pitching coaches that I used to throw with at a facility in New Jersey became one. So kind of having that personal connection and being, almost his friend, it was kind of an easy decision to just go with somebody that knew me very well. I knew him very well, and just, was close with and trusted. So just went with that, rolled with that, and then he's kind of been helping me along the way. And then this was kind of the first, I guess, real thing we've had to do.
How excruciatingly painful. I know George kind of asked you this, but I can remember when the draft was on, and Mel Kiper had his favorites over on the side. The next best available. And I stayed up there for a long time. And then at some point I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this is not, it's excruciatingly painful. Where did you watch this? What did you do? Because at some point you got to take a break and you got to go somewhere and you got to get away from it. How did you handle all that?
So I was at my house the whole time, pretty much on the couch. I mean, I had a few buddy of mine's there, as well as like my sister and my dad, but we were just pretty much watching it and just seeing it unfold, just waiting for a call. I mean, obviously there were a couple breaks in between rounds where you try to get away from it, but it was tough. I mean, I pretty much sat in the same spot for probably 6 hours and just was waiting.
What crossed, Alex? So what crossed your mind? Because here's the deal. We all know this. I remember sitting out on the back porch with my father, and I'm like, all I've done is play football, and that's what I want to do, and I'm good enough to do it. But what if this doesn't happen? What were those thoughts in your head? Because guys go through it, and I mean, I'm sure you went through it the other day. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was just, you want to get a certain number, and then, it keeps going, and then the switch, or kind of flip the switch into, okay, I want a good organization that can develop me. And there were definitely points where I was like, okay, maybe this decision is going to be easier. Maybe I will be going back to school with really no choice. And then kind of from there, just trying to stay confident, trying to stay, upbeat about it. Remember, if I, 10 years ago, if I would have known I'd be in this spot, I'd be ecstatic, and just try to be as close to that little kid as possible was kind of just the big thing for me.
So George kind of asked you, but what is the process now? I'm sorry if I'm belaboring this point, but like, are you leaving? Like, when do you start? What do you got to start doing? Because people don't understand this, and I've said this on the show before. I can remember getting traded from the Philadelphia Eagles and going to the Minnesota Vikings, and I was on the practice field at 9:00 one morning, and then by 3:00 in the afternoon, I was on a plane heading to Minnesota. This stuff happens really fast. So,
Yeah.
where are you at right now in this process?
Yeah, so I fly out tomorrow to Fort Myers and then got to go through physicals, all of that stuff, sign, and then pretty much just start up from there. I'm not entirely sure where I'll be sent first, but I know I'm going down there tomorrow.
Okay, so my last thing here, and I was thinking about this earlier, and this is when you were growing up pitching. Who did you look up to? Who was kind of your idol when you were watching pitching, and who kind of did you model your pitching style after?
Always Scherzer. Max Scherzer was always my guy. I mean, I've
The
watched him
guy.
as long as I could remember. Just
Nice.
yeah, love the way he competes and just try to be as close to that as I could.
Need to pick a Brave.
Hey, Alex, so you probably had an idea in your head of how this whole process was maybe going to look, who would be there, what it would look like, the party or whatever. Was it similar to how you've always dreamed it was going to be, or was it like totally different?
I mean, there's definitely some similarities. I mean, I kind of knew I'd be home. I never thought there was, any chance I'd be anywhere else. And I kind of knew it'd just be pretty much my close friends. So that part was all the same. I mean, I definitely waited around a lot longer than I thought I would, but that's how it goes. That's how it happens.
I've got two more. What's the thing you'll miss most about leaving Vanderbilt to go and be a professional athlete? Or is it all just, excitement to go into this next step?
No, I mean, it's definitely the people around the program, the teammates. I mean, Vanderbilt's great over there. There's great people. They all care about you. So just not being in that environment anymore will definitely be a little upsetting. But, being able to come back in the off season and stop by, stuff like that will be a lot of fun. Get to, obviously stay in touch with all the teammates that have become friends over time. So that part, is definitely something that, you don't overlook, but also just the excitement of being able to take the next step and start working towards, the thing you've dreamed of forever is just something, you can't take for granted.
Okay. What was the biggest aspect of your life that turned you, in your opinion, into a pro prospect? And on the other side of that, was it George Plaster's information that he gave you while you were an intern with him?
Oh gosh.
I mean, I don't think George Plaster's was the turning point, but I definitely think it helped me. I mean, I know after I spoke to him in the middle of this year, my season turned around. So I think I got to credit him a little bit there. But honestly, I'd say, freshman year of high school, kind of came into high school. There was another kid that everybody was talking about how they were going to be a great baseball player, and kind of, ticked me off a little bit. I said, I'm going to, prove all these idiots wrong, for lack of better terms. And I learned what real work ethic was. And then from there, everything took off, and, kind of create those chips on your shoulder and just keep going from there. That's why I think, what happened yesterday will help me long term, and just, continue to have a chip on my shoulder, prove other people wrong, but also prove myself right.
Actually, one more thing real quick. When we put it in our title today, you hear Alex Kranzler, Boston Red Sox pitcher. What excites you the most about that?
Honestly, it'd be pretty cool to ruin all my friends' day sometime down the line, coming into the Bronx and throwing well.
I love it.
So you were listening when Raj called?
I was here. You don't remember that? That's kind of disappointing.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Well, so is Raj still alive?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a while, so maybe I'll check in with him after I'm off the show.
Yeah. I'm sure the Red Sox are pleased to know that there is this person. Look, I'm really happy for you. I'm proud of you. Knock 'em dead, and don't tell them you ever did an internship here. It will not help you.
Please.
Sounds good.
Alex, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, George. Thanks, Kelly.
See you, brother.
Alex Kranzler, former Vanderbilt Commodore, former Plaster intern, and best as I know, Kelly, the first of our interns who's been drafted by a professional sports team.
George, Lord help him, man, if he ever says anything about you.
That's wonderful. Okay, let's do this. We're going to open the phone lines. We've had a weekend of just kind of sitting around, rain, for 30 minutes, then sunshine for an hour and a half, then pouring rain. So my guess is a bunch of you have watched a bunch of stuff in sports, and you got something you want to talk about. I'm looking for 4 red-blooded Americans who have something on their mind they want to yap about. At 615-759-9949. One more time, and I want these phone lines filled up quick. 615-759-9949. 9949. That wasn't
Elderly
good.
moment.
Yeah, but thanks. We'll go to the break. Take your phone calls next on the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
Venture Express has been helping people in this area for more than 40 years. They're headquartered in Murfreesboro with over 30 years of dedicated fleets involving production, manufacturing, and corrugated experiences. They're an asset-based company with over 700 tractors, 4,000 trailers, and 800 drivers. If you need their help, dial them up 615-793-9500 or log on to ventureexpress.com. You've heard me talk about the putting zone. Well, guess what? It's now open, and it offers a revolutionary indoor golf experience featuring state-of-the-art putting surfaces designed to replicate real-world course conditions. It allows players of all skill levels to practice, compete in tournaments, and connect year-round. Go by and see them at 3040 Sidco Drive and tell them Plaz sent you. Are you looking for expert medical care in Nashville without leaving your home? Medical House Calls brings concierge-level health care directly to your door. Whether you need urgent attention, ongoing primary care, revitalizing IV therapy, or medically guided weight loss, our experienced providers are just a phone call away at 615-838-2375 or go online, medicalhousecalls.com. It's easy to say good things about the folks at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Number one, I trust them with something that's near and dear to me, the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night. But more importantly, I see the fun people have. They enjoy the bowling, they enjoy the camaraderie, and you will too. Come by any of their locations and get ready to have some fun.
Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guys ain't dumb. Maybe get a blister on your little finger. Maybe get a blister.
Okay, we're back. Kelly, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you've got to have some stuff on the ball to be a Plaster intern.
George, that's really scary. I would never, ever tell anybody. Like, you can say it, though. You've had an intern drafted now. You can say that. That's amazing. First of all, I don't know how you got him. First of all, I don't know how he took the job. Like, if you would have came up to me and asked me to be an intern, I would have looked at you and walked off and laughed.
Wow. So Andy Bass Director of Sports Psychology, Pittsburgh Pirates. Well, hell of a lot smarter than me.
Walked
Okay,
off and laughed.
It looks like I've got one line open. Kelly, I'm looking for somebody to jump in and take a leadership role.
You need to take a leadership role sometimes, George.
Oh, I am taking it. I'm about to block you out. 615-759-9949 for that person taking a leadership role. Clay on line 1, welcome.
George, I'm not used to this. I haven't led off in quite a while. I'll try to make it good.
Do so.
I've got a question. So I was listening to Lee earlier about what's going to go on with the, if you want to call it the old first four. Now it's going to be, I guess, 12 teams involved. So you're going to have 3 games on Tuesday at both sites and 3 games on Wednesday, correct?
3 and 3.
Okay. My question would be, so like Texas, for example, was an 11 seed last year that came out of the first 4 and I think made the Sweet 16. So your Power 4 teams, that are, if any of them had ended up in Dayton under the old system, they're like an 11 seed, 12 seed, something like that. So my question would be, they're going to have to put some of these teams, like let's say a power team. I mean, the lower conference teams are, always going to be a 15, 16, whatever. But some of these power teams, I would think they would have to be a little bit lower seed than that, right?
I think you're onto something. That 11 has been most of the time the cut line on the powers. You're right. There might be a power that ends up a 12 or a 13.
Yep.
Kelly, I have a question for you. You were in Florida recently, right?
Yes, sir.
So you were on the beach, and if you remember, I asked you one day if I put you at the 40-yard line at Vanderbilt Stadium, if you could throw the ball to the end zone. So could you throw from the when you were in Florida, could you throw the football from the beach to the ocean? Could you throw it that far?
Clay, always a little smart aleck.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could get it from the 40 now to the end zone. My arm is so messed up. I think I could get it because I threw the other. I've thrown with my son a little bit. My shoulder's feeling a little better. I could get it from the beach to the ocean. Now, some guys' accuracy couldn't hit the ocean from the beach. Mine could. But yes, I could get it from the beach to the ocean, yes.
Okay, hold on. Let's get to real. Can you throw a football today 50 yards?
Absolutely not, no.
Wow.
I would throw my shoulder out, George. There's no doubt.
Is it possible that I can out-throw you?
No, that's not possible. That's not possible. And if it was, I believe I might slip my wrist at the site.
Oh my goodness,
Clay,
that's fair.
I got to run, but I like where this was going.
By the way, George, today is the 13th. Tomorrow is the BGA luncheon, and I will be there. Book it.
I will be there as well, especially since my name's behind it. Thanks. Kelly, what's the school thinking?
What are they thinking? I mean, you keep doing stuff at this place, and I know you graduated from there, but Lord have mercy, like, who's controlling this place at this point?
They're gonna change the door codes after this
very
luncheon
good
tomorrow.
question. At Sports and Social tomorrow, Bobby Bentley will speak. Kelly, we're going to have about 125 people there.
You fool Bobby Bentley, obviously.
Well,
he don't seem like he's easily fooled either.
No,
not at all.
Let's go to Frank in Smyrna. Frank, welcome.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Well, over the weekend, I crossed another ballpark off the list where I've seen the Atlanta Braves play besides Truist Park. For the first time since the new stadium in St. Louis opened 21 years ago, I visited St. Louis over the weekend and saw the Braves play a 3-game series up there. I saw an absolute mod. Go ahead, George. I'm sorry.
Frank, I took a look at the crowds this morning. because it's very clear that, first of all, the Cardinals, their attendance is way down. I don't know if it was the owner or a front office exec who ripped into the fans, and there's been a real backlash in St. Louis. Crowd numbers for this series were 26,000, 29,000, 30,000. In the old days, every last one of those would have been in the 40s.
Sure. I got in the ballpark each night for no more than about $25 a ticket and could sit just about wherever I wanted to, with the exception of the lower level behind the dugouts. Now the weather Friday night, to give the fans credit, there was forecasted severe storms in St. Louis for Friday night, and sure enough, fourth inning, we got one, and 3 hours later, the outfield looked like a lake, and but they did play the game. And for the Braves' sake, I wish they'd just been rained out. But anyway, and Saturday, you know something's up when it's a 78-degree afternoon and low humidity, nice sunshine, storm front's finally through there, and they can't even draw 30,000 on a Saturday night. That got issues in St. Louis. And it's just going through the city. Yes, the economy's, taking its toll on the place, I believe, and several downtown hotels are closed. Mike Shannon's restaurant is long gone. It's kind of sad to say, but I think the city's also starting to come back. The Cardinals are not a bad team. They're competitive. I mean, they kicked our butts twice, and I was afraid we weren't going to pull that one out yesterday, but thankfully we did. And
well, as you know, that city's downtown is totally reliant on the Cardinals.
I believe it. It's not happening there right now. I mean, even they have a ballpark, the Village District, which is similar to the Battery Atlanta. And, those places were doing well before the game Saturday night. And I think a lot of that had to do because England and somebody were playing soccer in the World Cup. I'm not a soccer fan, so I'm not sure who was playing. But it's just sad to see St. Louis knowing that, that's supposedly the bell cow of Major League Baseball and one of the best baseball towns in America. But, the Cardinals are going to be good again in a few years, and we'll see if fans respond. It was nice to get back up there. And another thing, George, real quick, the longtime PA guy up there, I found out over the weekend, he's been there since 1983.
Wow.
1983. Do the math. That's a long time.
Ooh,
and I
43 years worth.
In St. Louis. His name's John Ulett, Ulett, and he's also the morning guy at KSHE 95 FM. I think that's a classic rock station in St. Louis. Don't hold me to that. But anyway, I'm like, goodness, this guy's got to be he's probably well into his 70s. And, he has a very distinctive voice. I know you've heard him from your St. Louis games. He's alive and well up there. And,
awesome.
So is the Arch, and so is the Horseshoe Casino at the Four Seasons Hotel.
Well, I mean, let's get our priorities.
Right, and no, I didn't lose any money in there. I just kind of walked around with some friends just to say I did.
Hey, I got to run on that, but I appreciate the update.
All right, yeah, absolutely, George. I will see if we can get the Braves straightened out. They're killing me.
Talk to you.
Thanks, George.
Guys, when all is right in St. Louis, it's the best baseball town in America.
Yeah, and they don't have the football team anymore, so it's kind of you're right. I mean, it's all about the baseball team. I mean, that runs the city.
Okay, I got two lines open. Need two people to take a leadership role at 615-759-9949. Leadership role, red-blooded Americans. Tony in Nolensville is up next.
You've got one right here, buddy. That's no doubt.
Baby.
Kelly, I got to ask one quick question. When you're telling Clay you can throw it from the beach to the ocean, exactly where are you standing at on the beach? Is it right there where the waves come in?
Okay, Tony. So I can go back there where it's a little dunish looking, where some vegetation's growing. I could go back there and throw it to the ocean there. So yeah, I could probably do that.
You still got a little bit. That's pretty good.
I can still do it. I mean, I'm still pretty accurate with it. I just can't. Like 50 yards would be like if I warmed up for about 10 minutes, maybe. But I'm afraid that if I did it, I would rip every ligament in my shoulder, and I've already gone through 2 shoulder surgeries or three shoulder surgeries, and I don't want to do it again.
I think I can out throw you.
Oh man,
no, you don't. You can't, George. I promise. Sorry.
Speaking of pitchers with the Red Sox, George, Sonny Gray is what a year he's having.
Oh, he got totally hosed in this All-Star thing.
Did he not? Isn't that the truth? And I mean, this guy's got numbers going right now. Possibly for a Cy Young Award.
Yeah. What is he? 11-1 at the break.
11-1, leading the American League in wins, and he's also like second or third in ERA.
He and Zach Wheeler need to get together and go play golf. Both of them got hosed.
And that's the truth. And speaking of a team that's not having no trouble filling their seats, of course, we talked the other day about the Cardinals, and the Cardinals, everybody is starting to, really noticing their attendance. But the Chicago Cubs, man, they're filling their stadium. They're playing well on the road. They went to Cincinnati and played a pesky Reds team. That was a tough weekend series. We took 2 out of 3, fortunately, and but the Reds give us everything they had. And the NL Central, you've got 3 of them right there in the wild card chase, and then of course Milwaukee's leading it. It's pretty tough division. So it's going to be fun to see what transpires down this second half of the season.
I'm looking up.
Holding this story back for a week. I waited you to get back. I wanted y'all to hear this. There's a football player that's transferred from UCLA to Austin Peay. His name is Carson Gordon. He's a quarterback, and he met a medical red shirt last year, took a red shirt 2 years ago. He wanted to enter the portal, and he entered it too late. This year was the January one-time cutoff in January. But he's opened up a loophole. Lewis, you can look all this up. But
I'm working on it.
He wanted to come to Austin Peay, and he's doing it. He's a 2-sport athlete, and he's come as a track athlete, but he's going to play football. And he's opened up this mega loophole in the portal. Everybody's talking about it if you go to and read about this guy. And he wanted to come to Austin Peay because his connection with Coach Ferris when he was at UCLA. And he's a 2-sport athlete. He's going to run track as an individual, not as a participant on the track team. He will be his own individual track team. He'll have to pay for his own events he goes to, the Penn Relays, Texas Relays, Oregon, all through there. But he is going to be on the football team. Got 4 years of eligibility. And at the same time, he's going to be getting NIL money and stuff of that nature. And he has discovered a major loophole in the portal transfer for 2-sport athletes. It's really crazy. But he's coming to Austin Peay, and he's a highly recruited track star when he come out of Texas. He was a state champion and Mr. Track and Field in the high jump. But he's coming to Austin Peay. He's going to play football, but it's really a backdoor way, and he has discovered this new loophole. They went through all the channels, making sure it was all up and all good with all the clearance committees, and This is something that's really, I said, it's another indication of how the portal is constantly changing. So, guys, I'm
Cameron
going to leave
Trail.
But Kelly, glad to see you back, and y'all might want to check on this. But go Cubs, go! We're only 5 games back, George. See you guys.
That away, atta baby.
Yeah, Cameron Trail, one of our interns, goes to
Austin
Austin P.
P.
He just texted me and said the guy's a real deal. Our best APSU recruit in a long time.
Oh, wow.
Kelly will have George Barkley from up in Boston join us on Wednesday. And so that's one of the things we'll get into with him is the two-sport loophole.
The two-sport loophole. Yeah, there's always loopholes that people find.
Oh.
How does Tony find this stuff, man? Does Tony sit around on the computer all day doing his research?
He's doing it pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
He's really good.
Okay, I'm going to go to the break, and then I'm going to ask Jeff in Murfreesboro, Ted in Nashville, and any others who may be on there. DJ in Nashville will be the third call. We'll get to all of you next on the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
We've helped thousands of people over the last 30 years break free from pain and get back to living life. We're committed to your outcomes, and our caring team listens, understands, and offers real solutions to neuropathy, back pain, and joint pain without unnecessary surgery or medication. Choose the clinic that listens. Choose the clinic that cares. Call the Dr. Gill Center today at 615-882-4838.
Let's make your pain-free life a reality.
Baseball is just like music. You don't believe me? Let me show you. It's jazz, improvised and unpredictable. It's rock. The crowd explodes like a guitar through a wall of amps. It's rap, fast, sharp, all rhythm and timing. It's country, nothing but 3 outs and the truth. Do you believe me now? Look, no matter what music you're into, the hottest track in town, Nashville Sounds Baseball. Welcome to his city.
Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall is the new home for our Football Night in Nashville promotion. Their food is terrific. Their TV setup looks like a racing sports book in Vegas. And if you're a sports fan, you can't beat it. Starting September the 4th, we'll broadcast from Sports and Social every Thursday night. There's Pop-A-Shot, great football, and the chance to win a beautiful Mikey's Motors golf cart. See you at Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall.
Clarksville, get ready. Because when the doors open at F&M Bank Arena, the noise rises.
At the Nashville Cats.
The walls shake. And the Cats take control. Fast plays. Big hits. Non-stop arena football. Get in the den. Get your season tickets now.
It's the George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
I was looking at attendance figures on the Cubs at Cincinnati weekend. Saturday in Cincinnati drew 34,000. Sunday drew right at 29,000. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I'll look at from time to time. Jeff in Murfreesboro, as we go back to the phones, welcome into the show.
How's it going, George?
Good. Hope you are.
I'm pretty good. I just want to say, you don't have to worry about the Cubs drawing at Wrigley Field. They'll draw whoever they play, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But they're still rarely in the race. They're 5 back, so I don't think they're going to win the division. But if they can get a wild card spot, that would be good for them this year. I don't like how they do the wild card with the series, but that's just the way they do it. They don't ask me about about that stuff. So I'd rather have it in one game. If you can't win one game, then you don't need to move on. In my opinion, that's just you're just trying to extend the season out longer. And I know people have talked about in the past being the World Series being in November and being 30 or 40 degrees outside. So that's not too fun playing a World Series game. I don't think. I mean, would you agree?
Yes, it's one of the things that looks bad on baseball. When they get in a cold weather city, it's brutal.
I mean, yeah, I agree. But I'm saying I think they should have the 2 out of 3 for the wild card anyway. That's just my deal. But I just want to say I watched quite a bit of the World Cup this past weekend. It was pretty good. Some pretty good games. The Swiss game with the PKs was real fun, and I think the Final Four is going to be fun with England and France and the teams that are left. The top 4 teams in the world are still in it, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And Sunday should be fun with the finals. But I didn't want to let Tony know. Tony, there are 2 area golfers here in Murfreesboro that have committed to Austin Peay to play golf. They're girls golfers, Anna Powell and Lauren Powell at Central Magnet. The last 2 years are going to be seniors this coming year. The last 2 years they finished a runner-up in their classification. They were single A this last year because of enrollment. They were double A before that. They've lost in one-hole playoffs each year in the finals of the state tournament. So they're going to be playing on the women's golf team next year at Austin Peay. They've committed to play there in the future. And I did want to ask you, George, have you seen where? And I don't think it's going to happen, but they're trying to get it to get a game on the day after Thanksgiving in Bridgestone Arena. Kentucky's trying to play West Virginia. They wanted to play Illinois, but it failed. And I don't know if you saw too where Louisville's going to play Ole Miss that Labor Day weekend, and also their volleyball team is going to play in Bridgestone at 12 o'clock against Texas that same day. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
I did not see the volleyball. I knew about the football. Volleyball at noon.
They're going to play. They're playing Texas. Texas. I think it's a doubleheader. Texas is playing Louisville at noon. It's going to be in Bridgestone Arena. It's like the block party, like they did last year.
Right.
The Broadway block party, and I don't know who the other 2 teams are, but I know it's a doubleheader because, like I said, for Kentucky, it's going to play outside in Wrigley Field. They're going to play Penn State, and Missouri's playing. I want to say Nebraska. I can't remember, but they're going to play a doubleheader that day, and they're playing outside at the Wrigley Field because I've seen the tickets are anywhere from $80 to about $400 to go to the match. So, but I should know if you've seen that or not.
Wow.
Was it Nebraska that did that in the volleyball game?
They
in their
put the
football
90,000.
That was insane.
They played in their football stadium, drew about 90,000 outside. They most the biggest attendance of women's sporting event ever. So they love their volleyball in Nebraska. But I just didn't know if you've seen that. Not George. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
Thank you. I had not heard the volleyball. I knew about the football. Ole Miss, Louisville here on Labor Day Sunday night on national TV.
At Nissan?
Yep. Let's go to Ted in Nashville. Ted, are you there?
Hey, George. Hey, Lewis. Hey, Kelly. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Good. Did y'all see the top 10 QB rankings heading into the 2026 NFL season? Have y'all seen
Now
those?
hold on. Don't blow our cover here, because tomorrow, young Kelly. I mean, look, I know it's ESPN and everybody thinks they're the definitive word. We're the definitive word. We got the former NFL quarterback who can't throw it 40 yards apparently anymore. He's going to give us
through your chest still, George. Just know that.
You think so?
Yes.
So Kelly's going to give us his top 10, and then just for kicks and giggles, I had to be careful about that one. Yeah.
Close there.
Oh, I had to be really careful. He's going to give us the 5 right below that. others receiving votes. Kelly, it'll be a riveting segment.
Riveting segment, George. I really enjoy when you put me on the spot like that. That is great because there's so many opinions and it's going to piss everybody off and they're going to say, you're so dumb. But a lot of the picks that I made are, I don't know if they're sentimental reasons, but I like them. So yeah, I know
feel
they're not
good
probably
about
top 10. I do feel good about them. I think they're
Okay.
winners.
Good. You're a winner.
That's fair.
Can't throw it 40 yards.
There's no losing in this space, George.
No, absolutely not. Go ahead, Ted.
Well, I mean, I can't wait to hear Kelly's opinion on this list. I mean, there is a lot of arbitrary throughout this. I think that some of the two notable ones are Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, Joe being at 4 and Lamar being at 5. I want to see Kelly doesn't have to give his opinion since he's giving his opinion tomorrow. Who do you think should be above the other? Should Joe Burrow be above Lamar Jackson, or should Lamar Jackson be above Joe Burrow heading into this new season?
I like the way you said that.
You will see tomorrow.
Until
big
then,
dog.
yeah.
I'll answer. Lamar Jackson should be over Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but you're not a former NFL quarterback.
You're on to something there, Lewis.
Well, there you go, George.
What did you say?
I said you're on to something.
No,
there, Lewis.
Lewis, repeat.
Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. But would you have
we had to give the caller something.
But would you have to factor in the fact that old Joey B doesn't have quite the defense that Lamar has, and that Joe Burrow may be under more pressure like an arena quarterback to have to score every time he gets the ball?
Yeah, I took all that into account.
No, I don't think you did.
I absolutely did.
I don't think
Lamar
you did.
Jackson's a dual threat MVP. Joe Burrow hadn't won an MVP.
Joe Burrow's gotten to the Super Bowl.
But not much. But Joe Burrow can't stay on the field. Now, is that his fault, or is that the front office's fault for not getting him an O-line?
I mean,
I
these are
understand all that.
factors. I just don't think you can. I don't think you can sit there in 30 seconds and just make an answer.
I did. I'm sticking with that.
Well, I know you did, but I kind of
I think
shot
you
it
can.
down a little bit.
I think you can. Now,
I think it's pretty.
right or wrong,
I think it's
I don't
pretty
know.
definitive to me.
Pretty definitive.
I do too, Lewis. I'm with you. I do too.
The dude's the most valuable player in the league. We're talking
Don't
about.
act like Joe Burrow's chopped liver.
I'm not. I'm absolutely not. But we're talking about an MVP and not an MVP, and we're not talking about took you to a Super Bowl. That's the team. We're talking about.
He played like an MVP that year.
No, he didn't win it.
Well, too bad. He did at LSU.
Okay.
Ted, you like the argument? Be sure and watch tomorrow.
I think it's great. My last thought is Caleb Williams at 10. And with that being said, Sam Darnold and Jordan Love are left out of the top 10. What are y'all opinions on that?
These are difficult decisions.
Jordan Love, in my opinion, has not done enough. I just can't see him being in the top 10. Now, you'll have to see tomorrow about Caleb Williams, but I think
don't give it away.
I know, but I think he is. I think Caleb Williams, when he's got his new head coach, who was the offensive coordinator at Detroit, kind of wrangled him in and taught him the game of football. The guy is unbelievably talented athletically now. I mean, he can throw anything. You saw a couple of games last year, and he's pretty good. He took his team a long way. Absolutely. He took his team a long way.
Ted, I got to run. I'm glad you brought it up.
Thanks, George. See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, big day on the show. Kenny in Old Hickory, you're the final call. Give me about 3 minutes.
Well, how you doing today, George?
I'm doing good, Kenny.
Usually I come to talk to you, but I got to take up for Kelly because
Okay. For what
I'm
reason?
I'm old enough. Well, I'm old enough that I remember watching him play, and I got 2 questions for him.
I don't.
Question number one.
Sometimes I don't like answering questions, Kenny, but go ahead.
Okay. Well,
Can I plead the fifth?
Well, if you want to, but it's not going to get you any immunity if that's what you're looking for.
Let's hear these questions.
So, question number one, Kelly, in your heyday, either with MTSU or in your pro career, how far could you throw it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And secondly, if we take Kelly Holcomb from 1997, 98, 99, and you're a free agent in today's game, who would you want to sign with and compete for the starting job?
Are you talking about in college? You talking about in pros?
I'm talking about in pros.
Okay, good gracious.
And I'll hang up and listen because these are going to be good. I'm excited about hearing these answers.
I'm going to help Kelly with this. Kelly.
Oh, no.
Surely to God you can win out in Arizona. Okay. Jacoby Brissett and, who's the other one? Are competing for the starting job.
Carson Beck?
No, not Carson Beck.
He's the third.
He's the third.
I believe that would be at the top of my list, though. I mean, if you're asking me about quarterbacks, I believe that Arizona would be at the top of my list. The Saints, they got the kid from Western Kentucky there.
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew is the second.
Gardner Minshew, yes.
Spencer Rabbit.
I would have to say there or the Saints or maybe the Jets.
You can go up against Aaron Rodgers.
I don't want to go to the Jets. No, I'm not going up against Aaron Rodgers because you'd have to go up against his name, and you're not going to win that. Plus, he's been in Mike McCarthy's offense. I'm not going to do that. Now, in my heyday, probably 60, 65 yards is my max. My college coach used to always tell me, he said, son, if you have to throw the ball over 40 to 44 yards, you've missed a read somewhere. So that's my thinking. It was Coach Robbins. That's the way my college position coach talked. He was from Virginia. And he said, son, in the history of the game, the ball's been completed on a go route from 38 to 42 yards, 4 yards from the sideline, son. If you have to throw it further than that, you've missed a read somewhere and you're not going to complete the pass. So there you go. I have to say that, Kenny. Probably 60 or 65 yards, but, I didn't really throw it that because I was pretty smart, so I didn't really, I made some mistakes sometimes. But if I was throwing a go route with some of the way the guys run, and I had the perfect, looking at the defense, I had the perfect defense I was going up against, and I knew where the safety was. I could look him off. I'm taking 5 steps. I'm hitching and I'm throwing. I'm letting it go, and it's not going to go 50 yards.
I can out-throw you now.
You cannot, George.
I think I might. Okay.
We can do it. We can do it. If you want to do it, we can put it on pay-per-view, and we can do it. I would drill you right in the heart, and you wouldn't catch it. Still,
that'd be a great video for socials.
It'd be hilarious.
We should. Do that.
Put up, my commitment to excellence.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Okay. So over the weekend, and Mike, who you see, caller Mike, says, the Giants let me down Friday night. My pick to win the home run derby tonight is Ben Rice of the Yankees. Okay. So there really are no games tonight, but I'm going to be in the spirit of this. Kyle Schwarber, hometown, the crowd behind him, the adrenaline flowing. He's winning this thing.
Be a good atmosphere.
It might be because it's in Philly.
George.
Right.
What was that, Kelly?
I said good luck, as usual.
You don't give a damn about what?
No, I really don't. I wish you had read the whole page, to be honest with you.
It's a lot of red.
That segment of the show, you're not making anybody any money. Now, you've got a really good record this year, but nobody's listening to you. If they were all red, I would be fine with it.
What is wrong with you? God. 10 seconds to tell you tomorrow. Tony Basilio will be a part of the show, and Kelly Holcomb, who apparently can't throw a football 35 yards, will give us his top 10 quarterbacks. See you then.
Now, here's your latest Fox 17 Code Red weather report.
I'm Fox 17 Chief Meteorologist Katie Morgan. Other than a few thunderstorms through the early evening hours, look for a partly cloudy sky overnight. We drop down to the low 70s for early Tuesday.
On our way to the mid to upper 80s for the afternoon, more pop-up thunderstorms throughout the day.
For more, log on to the